internship student and students who have benefited from the Plankton Jubilee Foundation scheme. Thank you, sir.
So, thank you. In my inaugural update, I did mention about the Platinum Jubilee schemes. And some of the Platinum Jubilee schemes were targeted towards giving our own students an experience, an international experience and exposure through summer internships, through semester away program, through summer schools, and as well as something called conference enhancement scheme, which allowed a student who would go to an international conference to present his or her paper to stay back for an additional 1 to 3 months at the lab of a collaborator in that country, gain that valuable experience, and also advance their research so that it can lead to something tangible within whatever time it takes. So I'm very happy to say that close to 150 students at the undergraduate, postgraduate, and doctoral levels could avail this opportunity, and the number is still growing. So today we have a few of those students who would come on stage and share their experiences with all of us.
A very good evening to one and all present here. My name is Gaurav Khetan and I am from the Department of Mining Engineering.
Hello everyone, I am Anaya Dikshit from the Department of Physics.
Hello everyone, I'm Sumit Bhage from the Department of Chemical Engineering.
Hello everyone, I'm Rohan from the Department of Chemical Engineering.
Hello everyone, I'm Archana Ahuja from the Department of Agricultural and Food Engineering.
Hello everyone, I'm Snehansh Sen from the Department of Bioscience and Biotechnology.
We are very happy to be gathered here today to share our summer experience with you all. This year, we were given the incredible opportunity to do research in different universities across the world. This was made possible because of the Platinum Jubilee Outbound Internship Scheme.
From Germany to Australia, the US, the UK, and all the way to Russia, we were scattered all across the globe. So Rohan, where did you go for your internship?
Well, I was 4,000 miles away from home. I just came back after spending 3 months in Finland. Where have you guys been to?
For me, I was working in this fancy lab at WMG. I was working on recycling of lithium-ion batteries using green solvents. It is basically recovering of valuable metals without harming the environment. And you know, the best part was the supervisor gave me total freedom to work. And I also participated in a competition where I won 2,000 pounds.
For me, I interned at Cornell University at Biological and Environmental Engineering Department. It was my first robotics project ever. I worked on agricultural robotics for green fruit thinning, and I worked with a 3D LiDAR, depth cameras, a 6-degree of freedom robotic arm mounted on an unmanned ground vehicle. We faced challenges in outdoor environments in our orchards, which we hadn't faced before in our indoor air-conditioned testing. So it was a really valuable learning opportunity for me. Also, 2 of my mentors were from KGP, so it became really comfortable after a while. Anaya, what were you up to?
Oh, I was at the University of Hamburg Observatory in Germany, working on theory, observation, and analysis in the field of cosmology. It was this nice place just outside the city of Hamburg with 100-year-old villa offices and really big telescopes. My project was in the domain of discovering mysterious particles called dark matter through this process of cosmic birefringence. This project being a very new field of study in my domain, I could work on the forefront with celebrity scientists in Germany. Apart from that, we also had a music and science festival where my team could showcase a mini supercomputer and a VR setup showing the inside of Milky Way galaxy.
Congrats on your paper, Anaya. I was at the St. Petersburg Mining University, Russia, for a UNESCO-approved summer school on essentials of raw material sciences. I would like to share that the president of the Russian Federation, Mr. Vladimir Putin, is an alumnus of the institute I visited. It had a beautiful rock museum where I saw almost all the rocks and minerals used in the industry. Apart from the academic activities, I was also involved in sports, such as boxing, a sport with a strong culture in Russia. The best part was the hands-on learning. We were exposed to real-time mining simulators, and we went on a field trip at Sablino, which was really intriguing.
That's awesome. I was in the land down under at the University of Adelaide in Australia, working on the application of AI in cancer. This not only gave me first-hand exposure to the domain of AI, its application in medicine, but also taught me things I never thought I would ever learn. And what's the best part is that I believe that AI serves as a promising future for the medicine, therapeutics, diagnostics. This has all been possible due to my previous summer's internship in Switzerland. Rohan, you also work in biotechnology, right?
Yes, I did. I was at Tampere University at the Laboratory of Biosystem Dynamics. I ran experiments on the effects of antibiotics in bacteria. I did stochastic simulations to see the behavior of global regulators in E. coli. And since our lab generates a lot of data, my supervisor asked me to build a software that would analyze gene expression data automatically and produce quantifiable results. So even though I technically worked in a biotech lab, I actually built a full end-to-end software package. And while I was working there, I had very flexible work hours. I could approach the problem from many different perspectives. And once the work was done, my supervisor encouraged me to submit the software at an international conference. And I'm very happy to say that I'll be visiting the UK in a few weeks.
So let's be real, guys. It wasn't just work, right? For me, I had an incredible work-life balance. In the evening, I used to get free, and during the weekends, I used to explore the city at night.
I know. Ithaca felt like a Disney movie to me. Rabbits, horses, everybody just walking around. People pack up their work by 5 p.m. and then go enjoy their hobbies like kayaking, fishing, or reading in hammocks beneath the trees. My lab members were really close. They had Uno game nights over chai and dinner.
Speaking of chai, on the last day of my internship, I hosted a chai party for all the people at the observatory. And guess what? Italians, French, South Americans, Germans, absolutely everyone loves masala chai. I could also explore a few new places on the weekends. I went to Munich, Berlin, Cologne, Bonn. In total, I think I visited 9 cities, including Amsterdam in Netherlands. One thing about Europe, every single town has a cute bridge, a cathedral, and a mini castle.
In Russia, our classes happened until evening. But after that, the city was ours. We explored iconic landmarks like the Hermitage, Peterhof, and even went to a geological excursion to the medieval city of Vyborg. I tried picking up basic Russian, which was challenging but super fun. I finally satisfied my craving for Indian food by treating myself to a meal at an Indian restaurant after completing my degree.
Wow. And for me, traveling to Cambridge was a huge bucket list movement. And I also saw College of Trinity, where Isaac Newton studied,
Wow.
And as a science student, it gave me goosebumps. And I also saw a famous apple tree. Ooh. And during the weekends, I would take trips to London to see Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, and that was so surreal. And then while at my apartment, I got really good at cooking, and I also host dinner for my friends,
I also got to take off a lot of my bucket list items. I hopped on a giant ferry and went to Estonia. I cycled through the medieval streets of Tallinn. I flew across Europe to visit Italy. In Finland, I got to see the beautiful neoclassical architecture of Helsinki. I got to see the remnants of the Winter War in Suomenlinna. And I got to appreciate the incredible beauty of the midnight sun in Viikinsaari. And in Tampere, the city where I stayed, I got to see the exact place where Stalin and Lenin met before they went back to Russia to start the Russian Revolution.
Every town, every city I visited had its own history, which you can never experience through books. You can only feel it as you walk through the streets. Australia had its own charm. It had its own the rocky sea cliffs, the beaches, then the wildlife. Look at the selfie I took with this koala here. And every place, let it be Australia's urban architecture, Europe's medieval architecture, just thrilled me. It was exactly as magnificent as I imagined them since JE times. The Sydney Opera House, the beaches in Adelaide, the Sydney Harbour Bridge, all blew my mind. One thing I really found astonishing about the Australia's Victorian architecture is that it actually reminded me of home in Kolkata.
Yeah, last but not the least, cooking was one skill that we, I think, upskilled throughout the summers.
Absolutely, we loved cooking.
So IIT Kharagpur gave us the foundation and the confidence to collaborate with universities across the world. This journey allowed us to represent KGP at an international level. We learned how to navigate unfamiliar environments, and that gave us the opportunity to view the world from a different perspective. So to every junior out there, whenever an opportunity arises, apply.
We are very grateful to our director, the deans, and the professors of IIT Kharagpur for making it all possible. We are very thankful to the Office of International Relations, the Platinum Jubilee Endowment Scheme, our host institutions, and our supervisors for supporting us throughout the journey. Thank you everyone for coming here today and listening to us. We wish you all the best and a very happy Foundation Week.
Thank you to our students for sharing those wonderful experiences. Now I invite Mr. Gaurav Pandey to share his experience under the conference